Barbara Nankya graduated with a bachelor's degree in education of Makerere University in 2007. She hoped to pursue her teaching career, but in March 2008, she joined Sanyu Babies Home here in Kampala as the executive director and led a team of 40 men and women. The 24-year-old was single with no biological child.
Some of them were 70 years old, 60 years old, and funny enough, I was the youngest.
Barbara was born and raised in the city in a large family. Her father passed on when she was in primary 6. Her mother, a retired midwife, took on her father's small business, a retail clothing and textiles shop.
Typical African family. My mother and father gave birth to 12 of us, 12 children, just one mother, and I'm the 7th born.
She went to Nachivubo Blue Primary School, Mengo SS and Makerere University. Barbara got married in 2009 and took on her husband, Nankya Mutagubya's name. The couple has 2 children and another is expected soon. She describes him as a selfless man and she recalls a time when she planned a vacation for her family.
It was like, Barbara, we cannot go. But what about the children? And I told him, we are going with the children. Meaning, I thought he was asking about the 2 children we had at home. And he said, no. What about the Sanyu babies? Who will take care of them? What is going to happen?
Their 2 children, aged 2 and 4, get on quite well with the children at Sanyu Babies Home. They comfortably share their mother with 50 other children.
Mommy, there are so many babies in the babies' home, and for us, we now don't have any baby at home. Why don't you go and ask the mamas to give you 1 baby to bring at home?
I then asked Barbara about the stories of mothers abandoning their babies at the institutions get. She says in about 6 months, at least 1 baby is left there.
Somebody thinks that if the husband is not providing, then they should run to Sanyu to leave their children here. And fathers, yes, you didn't talk about the fathers. The mother of the child has left a 6-month-old baby at home, then he should run into Sanyu to leave the baby here. But that is not the end of it all in case the mother of the child has left.
Some of the children were picked from hospitals, churches, garbage heaps, school compounds, markets, bushes, and others pulled out of pit latrines.
Recently, there is one we received that was left, somebody just walked into CPS and left a child just under the counter.
Strangely, some parents later returned to claim the children they abandoned. They are not sent away, but care is made to ensure that they are not imposters.
Like birth certificate, immunization cards, and when all that is done, a DNA test is done, just to confirm you're the father or the mother or the auntie of this child.
And if I am?
And if you are, we definitely work together with the police still and the probation officer before the child is finally placed into your family. But just like you know, if you're the father and you were the one responsible for abandoning this little girl in Mengo Hospital, there are lots of questions you've got to answer. And it is a crime to abandon a child.
For Barbara, it's an emotional ride working at Sanyu Babies Home.
Just imagine, Josephine, a kilogram of sugar and then halfway of it. We've received babies as small as that. Severe malnutrition, but with all limbs broken, scars all over the body. I mean, even if you have all the money and 1,000 staff members and volunteers, without love and commitment, it is not that easy.
Some of the children who are taken up by other families often return to pay a courtesy call or offer support. Barbara shares the story of a 9-year-old who was adopted by a single mother and later came to visit.
She told her mother that, Mommy, this time round, during holiday, my project is going to be Sanyu Babies Home. And her next question was like, Mommy, will you kindly take me to Sanyu every morning you're going to work and pick me up in the evening? I mean, she was that dedicated.
For every new child, the home works with the authorities to trace their parents or families. If that fails, they remain part of the Sanyu Babies Home for a while until a family comes up to adopt them.
We want to see more of Ugandans come in and have these children in families.
The babies can only stay at the home until they are 4, and if no one comes up to adopt them thereafter, they are sent to a bigger orphanage.
We are also not happy to do that or to see that happening, because that means that probably this child is going to stay in an institution until they are grown up and they are independent. Just think about a 22-year-old boy or 25-year-old girl trying to start up their own life independently without any known relative.
Precaution is taken to ensure that the children don't end up with people of questionable character as adoptive parents.
We do a lot of investigation. There are lots and lots of evils around children these days. Children are being hunted for sacrifice, for trafficking, sexual abuse. So if somebody comes in, it's not a matter of smiling and saying, oh, praise the Lord, you're here to take a child. There you go. No.
She gets emotional speaking of the hardships the children face, with some brought here very sick, while others even die.
We've got children who are HIV positive, children with severe heart conditions, cerebral palsy, hydrocephalus.
The home has nurses and a visiting doctor, but sometimes they are overwhelmed. Some kind doctors offer voluntary services.
They've asked us, Barbara, if you have any sick child, just call, make an appointment, and bring the child to me. You will not have to pay consultation fee. For example, Dr. Kasiri at the Kampala Children's Clinic, he's been so good. Dr. Luke at Bethesda Clinic.
Barbara says the biggest challenge running the home is inadequate funds. Sanyu Baby's Home is a charity and entirely relies on donations. When the cash taps run dry, it is tough meeting the children's medical and feeding needs. There are also about 40 staff members to pay every month. The institution plans to take up some income-generating projects to supplement the donations. Sanyu Baby's Home, sitting on Namirembe Hill, was founded in 1929 by a white midwife, Winfred Walker, and is linked to Namirembe Diocese of the Church of Uganda. Josephine Karunji, NTV.